Hey everyone, Mike from Rogala Photography here. Today I want to show you how you can make your own presets in Lightroom Classic so you don't have to buy them. I'm not a huge fan of buying presets. I do have a few. If I come on over here to my develop module, I do have a few here that I purchased a while ago. And this was when most of these was when I was still learning how to use Lightroom and all that kind of stuff. And I realized that, you know what, the ones I make are much better and they're more versatile. Because you can make them, if you know your camera takes photos a little bit on the warm side, you can make them where your presets are a little cooler. Or if you know you like to underexpose a lot of your photos, you can make a preset that will bring the exposure back to where you like it. Okay, so you can make your own personalized presets based on the way you edit. You can see here I have a photo. It's already edited. This is what it looked like before I edited. And then here is what I did to it. I warmed it up a little bit. I brought out the detail in the sky, brought out some exposure in the boats, etc. So I made the photo the way I wanted it to look. But now I have other photos that I want the same look. Now I could just use sync settings and stuff like that, but I think the presets are much easier. So what you want to do is come on over here. You got to be in a develop module. Okay, up here, develop. Come on over here to the plus sign, click plus, and then create preset. Now you can see here, these are all the settings that you can use. Now, first thing you would do is give it a name. So I'm just going to call this, we'll call it storm clouds. And then I'm going to put it in a group. Now you can make your own group. So you can create a group or you can put it in any of these groups. I had already made this group right here. So I'm going to put it in that group. Now, this right here is called auto settings. So if you click that, Lightroom is going to decide which of these settings it should put in there. I suggest you don't do that because you're making this the way you want it. You don't want Lightroom to tell you what to do. So you're making this your way. Now, I do suggest you do not check transform, only because it's going to crop your photo in a different way. And not all photos should be cropped the same way, etc. You can do your cropping later. Don't forget, a preset is just a starting point. It's not, usually a preset will not get you 100%. It might get you 75. If it gets you less than 50, then the preset isn't probably good enough for your photo. But if it gets you at least to 75%, you can tweak the settings to bring you up to the 100% where you want to be. So I would not select transform. Also masking. Now, if you have a lot of similar photos where you want the sky or set a certain way, then you could do this. Now, what I should have done was I should have named my masks, because then what would happen is the names would come up in here and you could check the ones you want. So I could just say, okay, I want the sky mask, or I want the sailboats, or whatever one I have. In this particular case, I probably wouldn't. I would rather come into the new photo and do what I want to do. These are the settings here that I'm picking. You can see I'm pretty much picking all the basics. My tone curve, I'm picking color mixer, everything all over here. But masking and transform / cropping, I would not do. Now this slider down here, support the amount slider. I suggest you check that one. That is this one right here. It's not a real new feature. Probably came out about a year or so ago. And what it does is it allows you to decide how much of that preset you want to apply to your photo. So you could slide it where you have a strong effect of that preset, or you can kind of back it out. It's kind of like an opacity where it kind of tones down the preset and all the effects that you put in that preset. And then down in here, you could put down check all or check none if you want to start over. Okay. Well, then you hit create. Now, if you look right here, okay, I made that one earlier. This one right here is the one I just made. So now if I come on over here to this other photo, and you can see it's sailboats, and you can see the cropping isn't exactly where I would want it. I come on over here, and you can see it gives me a little preview. Okay. Now, is it perfect? No, it's a little bit on the warm side. The sky actually came out really good in it. The sailboats probably could be, pop out a little bit more, but I'm going to click that to apply it. And you look, all my settings over here, they're all applied. And you can see wherever the eyeball here is lit up, those are all the settings that it applied. Now, again, I can see it's a little on the warm side. So what I may want to do is bring that down just a little bit. Maybe, yeah, right there is good. And then let me see. Oh, you know what? I want to do a little masking in here. So I am going to pick the subjects, the sailboats. And just for the sake of this video, I know the mask wasn't perfect. I'm not going to take the dock out or anything, but I can come on over here and I can brighten up my sailboats a little bit. Maybe add a little bit of warmth back into them. Okay, just a tad. Bring some blacks down in them. Come down here and maybe add some texture and some clarity to bring out the effect. And then maybe I'll do one more mask and we'll do select sky. Let Lightroom do its thing. And then I think I want to make it a little more moodier. I'm going to bring the exposure down. I tell you, the storms it was incredible. I actually got caught in the rain out on one of the piers. I tell you, it was an experience that I'll never forget. But I'll bring the whites up just a bit and I'll bring the blacks down just to kind of really make it moody. And then I'll add just one more mask. And we're going to do a linear gradient down here. And bring that exposure down a little bit. Not that much though, just a little bit right there. All right. And now I mentioned before, you're cropping. So I'm going to come on over here to the crop. Boom, I'm going to bring this over so those boats were kind of like right there in the center and close. And then there you have it. I'm done. Okay. I mean, it's so much faster doing this with a preset that I made. Again, this was the photos that I did. These were the same day photos. Now, if I want to apply it to a photo that was taken on a different day, here's the photo right here. This was taken, I don't know, maybe about right at the beginning of summer, I think. So I'll come on over here. You can see, here's what it will look like. Okay, so I applied it. You can see it made all the settings. Now it's a little bit on the warm side, which, again, for this photo, we want to keep some warmth in there. And also it is a little bit on the dark side, so I want to bring up the exposure. And I'm going to bring the highlights down a little bit more there. And let me see, we can come on in to calibration. And let's kind of tweak that just a little bit here very quickly. And the sky right there. Now we can do some masks. So with the mask, let's just pick the sky, make it obvious. And it was kind of a hazy day. So we're going to make that a little bit brighter, but I want to bring the highlights down. Okay. And then I want to bring those whites down just to kind of tame that top part right there. Actually, what I might do, instead of doing that, I will bring in a radial like that. And then I could bring the exposure down just in that area and then bring the whites up just right there. Okay. I could probably bring the blacks down a little bit. There we go. And then now I want to brighten up that dock right here in the center. My little trick, you guys that have watched me before, I like to do this. Take a radial filter, keep it feathered, bring up the exposure a little bit there. Let me see, bring up some whites. And let me see, maybe the blacks, bring that down. Texture. We're just going to do this quick. I'm not going to do a complete photo here. But you can see that with that preset, here's the before, okay, what it looked like, and here's after. You know, again, I could take more time and really play around with this. But again, this was a photo that was shot on a completely different day. Fairly different. It was kind of similar with the storm clouds weren't that bad, but there were, you know, clouds in the sky. So you can see where I would use a preset. But again, that's what you do with presets. You pick a preset that's going to work with your photo. You know, I wouldn't take a sunset photo and use this preset on it. I would make a different preset for sunsets and then, you know, use them on the photos that'll work. But anyway, make your own presets. Don't buy them anymore. A lot of beginners, that's one of the questions they always ask. Well, do you think these presets are good to buy? Do you think they're worth it? You know, you see all these people. Yeah, that's how these photographers, they're making money. They're making money off of you not knowing how to use Lightroom or Photoshop or whatever. Learn the tools you're using. Make your own. All right. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Please click the subscribe button and click that like button. I tell you, it's really helping my channel a lot. Ring that bell if you want to be notified when my next video is posted. Until next time, take care, everyone.